Once we have one of these, we can double check. And now theoretically, we can make the rest of the spinal cord. We can make as many as we want. You know, according to what you want to do, you can make another one and suggest that since I only need one spinal, because I only have one vertebra built right now, I could use one. I'm going to go ahead and make 4 of them so that I have enough to go above all 3 of these. So again, the same process. We want to make sure, see this information here, this input, this is the history. So I want to make sure that's gone so that there's no instructions coming from my request through this history, and now the history is adding another set of values or another set of instructions to it. So I'm going to say edit, delete by type history, and then I'm going to say freeze its transformations again, although it looks like they're all frozen. And I'm going to center its pivot, and I should be pretty close to the middle. Okay, there we go. So now I'm just going to duplicate this. There's a couple ways I could do that. I could use the duplicate special, and I could say, well, I need, how big is this thing? So 1, 2, and let's say half. It's just not worth the trouble. I'll just hit Command D, duplicate it, Command D, duplicate it again, Command D, duplicate that one. Now I've got more spinal, more units than I know what to do with. Okay, so they're coming out where they should, pretty much. One problem is they have to be put all together. I want one long spinal cord, if you will. So come in, let's go back to the perspective view here. And this is the top one. Here's the anterior feature again. So I'm going to lower that, gets a little closer. And actually, I could even put the vertebrae back for a second. I just don't want to make them too far away. That's in the right spot. If I had another vertebrae, I'd say that's about where it would be. Okay, we'll leave it there. I was going to say we could even delete more faces and do what I want to do, but let's just do this. So I'm going to hold the Shift key and select both of those. Now I notice there's history, or it's both history and this top one has a Y value now. I don't want that Y value, so I'm going to freeze the transformation, delete by type history, and then while they're both selected, I'm also going to combine them. So now the software thinks that's one surface, even though there's physically a gap. I'm going to select the edges right there, the 2 edges that are facing one another, and under edit mesh I'm going to say bridge, and now I've got those 2. But all I'm going to do now is repeat that process 2 more times. So I'm going to pause the tape so you don't get bored watching me do that. Well, let me do it one more time and then I'll pause the tape so you can see it. So again, I want to make sure, see, this has got some information on it. I'm going to freeze its transformations. I'm going to delete its history. And then I'm going to select, like I did before, both surfaces, combine them, and grab the edges that are facing one another, and say Edit Mesh Bridge. There you go.